my life. We started 21 years ago and did it as a fun side project, put some buddies together, wanted it to feature the trombone. And from day one, it seemed like there was something a little different about it. Anything goes with Bonerama. Bonerama. Meters, George Porter Jr. I'm still learning what I learned from George and what I'm still learning from George. It's to have people like George Porter Jr. walking around our city and playing music and getting to interact with people like that. As a musician, it's just, it's an education like you can't buy anywhere. I grew up listening to a lot of rock and roll, and Led Zeppelin was a big influence. Such a popular band. And I always knew the popular stuff. And the older I got, I started realizing what an amazing, deep, rich catalog these guys have. The amount of music that they recorded and all the different nuances and layers and things going on in some of their songs. It's beautiful stuff. New Orleans. Nobody ever wanted that to be about New Orleans. We recorded a version of it about 10 years ago. And yeah, it's a powerful song to begin with, but the connection here locally makes it even more just amazingly powerful. So, my sidekick. Without every single one of these guys in the band, you know, it just wouldn't be Bonerama. Both. Can't touch live music because that's just so fun and so powerful. But the whole art and craft and experience of going into a recording studio and coming out on the other side with something that you're happy with, that's a beautiful thing too. My buddy, co-founder, my bone brother, King 2B, 1953. That's my center of the universe. I just think the bottom line is that there's nothing the trombone can't do, and it was always an instrument, you know, in the back, just in the horn section, if not, and it was always the first instrument to get fired off of a band on Bourbon Street. If you went from 6-piece down to 5-piece, the trombone player's losing his gig. That's just how it goes. I'm so glad, you know, Craig KLEIN had this idea to put this trombone-fronted band together 21 years ago, and we've been having a lot of fun with it. Been gaining more Zeppelin songs in our catalog for a while. We're like, we should do a whole album. We've been working on it for a few years, and the hardest thing, I think, is picking what songs not to include on the record, because there's so many great songs in their catalog that those guys recorded. It comes out April 26th, and it's out on Basin Street Records. We actually made a bunch of these. They pressed this in New Orleans. This got pressed in New Orleans with the people at the New Orleans. So we're very excited about the vinyl aspect of this, but we're super excited about the new album too, because it's a pretty hot album. I'm Mark Mullins from Bonerama. I'm here at OffBeat Magazine.